Hello, my friends, and welcome to another day of Nuggets. Our study for today is entitled Mercy Forfeited. Now, we first need to understand the meaning of the word forfeit in order to make sense of our study today. To forfeit means to lose or be deprived of something because you've done something wrong. So, for example, you might tell your child, if you don't eat all your broccoli and finish your homework, you'll forfeit your chance of watching TV tonight. In other words, they are giving up a privilege because they are not keeping their end of the bargain. Another example to understand the word forfeit comes to us from the world of sport. If you have two teams that have to play against each other and one team doesn't show up or maybe doesn't have enough players, they forfeit the game to the other team. In other words, they lose their chance of playing or winning because they didn't show up. As you can see so far, when you forfeit something, it always implies that there are conditions that need to be met, or else you lose something. So when we try to apply this concept, God's mercy, we need to examine what those conditions are. Again, there seems to be a bit of a paradox. If God's mercy is everlasting, then how can his mercy be forfeited? Lamentations 3 verses 22 and 23 state that God's mercy and compassion are new every morning. It doesn't say anything about his mercy being forfeited. However, even if God's mercies are renewed every morning, as an individual, I can accept his mercy in my life or I can reject it. And when any person rejects God's mercy, they lose that gift. They give up the privilege of being a recipient of God's compassion and mercy. And this is something that we have to think about very seriously, because to give up the benefits of God's mercy means eternal death ultimately. You see, mercy in the Bible means forgiveness or withholding punishment. Let's review some basic theology here. The wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life. Death is what every person on planet Earth deserves. That's the punishment we're talking about when we refer to sinners. But we have the option to accept God's love and mercy, and God will withhold the punishment that we actually deserve. What about in the day-to-day? Can we experience or forfeit God's mercy in the daily? Absolutely. The clearest sign of experiencing God's mercy is a transformed life, of showing compassion and mercy to others, and not seeing ourselves as better than, of forgiving others as we have been forgiven. And let me tell you, truly forgiving someone who owes you something, or who has really hurt you and caused you pain, is very, very hard. But let's not forfeit God's mercy. It's not worth it. And that was our nugget for today. I'll see you tomorrow.